All right, so thank y'all for joining us today. It is Wednesday, but this will be posted Friday. That's why we're going to talk a little bit about Thursday games, which will have happened by the time you watch this.
Yeah, but first of all, thank you, Cam Smith, with the
Thank you, Kel.
with the American Senior Benefits Insurance Company. Open enrollment is going on right now up until December the 7th. So make sure you give him a call if you have any insurance questions. Also with the Just Jesus Radio Network, internet radio app for all your gospel preaching, gospel singing. Our boy Dave.
We don't have a green light. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, we do. Our boy Dave is on there Saturday mornings at 8:30.
Shout out
So
Dave,
make
baby.
sure you give him a listen on Saturday morning. So I work with idiots.
Bro, I was looking. I was like,
don't call this work. We don't get paid.
Yeah, we do get
we
get paid.
We get paid
By Cam Smith.
Well, okay,
hey,
what you just did was work. The rest of this is no.
Hey, we should start a
work.
Patreon and make everybody pay to watch
Yeah,
this.
if you want,
big fans, man.
We're gonna do major film studies and major inside info on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. David's getting a full-time job to work for Georgia football.
As I get public info, I'll tell everybody.
Thank you, James, for commenting on your.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
For commenting on your shower and your bed.
Ain't no way this dude does not shower 2 times a day.
What's he do?
Shower.
Hey,
I clarified that.
Christian content.
James might shower twice a day.
He does not shower twice.
You don't think so?
Dude, you know how many times I've spent like weeks with this kid because of fishing tournaments?
Yeah.
This man does not shower 2 times a day.
Maybe he does
Maybe
now.
not when he's fishing. I don't shower. If I'm hunting for like 4 days straight.
Well, yeah, I mean, hunt's a
shower
little
twice.
bit different though. I mean, you can't like smell all.
If I'm hunting,
scrumdiddlyumptious. When you're fishing, it don't matter.
If I'm hunting morning, evening for like 3 or 4 days straight, I only shower if I start smelling.
Yeah. But I agree with this. See, bed sheets once a month, not once every day.
Right.
No, hold on. I'll be honest. People don't need to know this, but I mean, I think once a month is good.
Yeah, once a month is fair.
But sometimes we may be looking at, once a year, every 2 or 3 times in a year.
I just like clean sheets. That's all I got to say.
No doubt. And you'd be a really good wife, Dallas.
You're like, you're like Howie Mandel, bro.
If you're looking for,
if you're looking for a wife,
I'll go down a single comment below. I was about to say something stupid.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into this. What we're really here for.
Give a weight requirement.
Shout out James, baby.
Week 13, college football rivalry week is upon us, and
fun week.
Yeah,
Exciting
great week.
Let's
Our guest picker has a tough week, which we'll announce who our guest picker is in just a little bit. Hopefully, this game day episode goes a lot better than our last one, where it took 4 tries.
By the way,
was that last week?
Happy Thanksgiving. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should definitely.
By the time you watch this, hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Hey, comment down below like your favorite side.
Yeah.
What's yours? What's yours, real quick?
Probably
all the sides. You only get one.
Probably sweet potato casserole. Probably.
What about you, Dave?
Is casserole and souffle the same thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
But one's got pecans.
Yeah, sweet potato souffle. It's probably my favorite.
Here's the thing.
And I'm sleeping on the deviled eggs.
Oh yeah, dude, I've been sleeping on them since birth,
I'm
bro.
not sleeping on them. I'm throwing them away.
Yeah.
I've slept on deviled eggs since the day I came out of my mother's womb.
I
don't mess with them at all.
you're nasty.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people that do.
Oh
yeah, my family, man.
This is a hard go.
Yeah. My breakout is macaroni.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
See, macaroni's good, but like, and I love macaroni.
You can mess it up.
You can mess up macaroni and cheese. Absolutely, you can.
And when you go to these Thanksgiving meals, one person
you never
makes
know.
it.
See, yeah. I will tell you mine.
I don't like crock pot macaroni.
I do if it's right.
I'm more of a cheap Kraft macaroni.
See, I
like them both.
I'm the crock pot kind.
No, I will say this.
I've had crock pots that smack. But you make a box of Kraft and we'll we going.
I'll tell you what, my favorite side item is not one that's flashy. It's not one that's going to hit you a home run, but it's not one that's going to strike out. It's going to get you a base hit, and that's mashed potatoes.
Oh yes.
Because even if they don't
with the gravy or no,
I like it both. Because even if they mess it up, you can add the gravy. Maybe it'll make it better, or just add some salt and butter.
You ever had bad mashed potatoes?
Yes.
But if they mess it up, just add salt.
My dad made them.
Not Father Buck, man.
Yeah. Father Buck doesn't make
Father Buck.
You just threw Father Buck under the bus.
Yeah,
like
I did.
Oh,
Father. That's probably he does. I'm not really too big on his homemade mashed potatoes.
But the thing is, if you make bad mashed potatoes, just throw some salt and some butter, and they're good.
That's the thing.
You can fix.
Father Buck's got the high blood pressure. Runs in the family.
Keeps it low.
So he doesn't put a lot of salt in them.
Okay.
Well, that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Hey, get off of Father Buck. He's a national treasure.
Okay, let's dive in.
He saved a woman from a burning building.
Real quick.
True story. This man's dad saved a woman from a burned building. Shout out.
Swept on really hard is some sort of bread. You've got to have either a biscuit, a roll.
That's true.
Them Hawaiian rolls pretty solid.
I'll take cornbread.
See, I'm more of a biscuit.
Country. I'm more of a biscuit. To the bone. I'm backwoods. Give me cornbread.
Yeah. Them Hawaiian rolls.
Cornbread and ketchup. Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay, let's dive into
finally into football.
Man. So, my upset.
Hey, I done got my mind on the food. I'm about to wrap this thing
My upset alert of the week is, I'll start off with a big one like I usually do, is Penn State over Michigan State. Michigan State coming off a tough loss last week.
Back-to-back tough losses.
Yeah, back-to-back tough losses, but a blowout last week against Ohio State.
Bad showing for Michigan State.
Penn State, who'd they play this past week?
I honestly cannot.
I can't remember, but to our surprise, James Franklin receives an outrageous 10-year deal.
A big extension.
Yeah, I mean, I even said a couple episodes ago he's gone mentally.
That. I'll say he's done a great job at Penn State. I definitely thought he was going to USC, and I'll tell you what goes underappreciated is what he did at Vanderbilt. When he was at Vanderbilt, they were consistent 8-4, which is miraculous.
Right, but yeah, I'm not sleeping. Upset alert is Penn State. Not saying they're going to win, but Penn State over Michigan State.
I like that pick. Obviously, I don't want to go too deep into our picks later. I think Penn State very well could win that game. I'm doing my upset is going to be the game that's Thursday night. That's Mississippi State and Ole Miss. I think Mississippi State has a legit shot. You see this with Mike Leach. Their offense is really starting to come into their own.
I hate playing a Mike Leach team.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. You saw Lane Kiffin kind of do coach speak in his press conference about Mike Leach. He was like, he's the best offensive mind in the SEC or in college, even though Lane Kiffin, he is, but Lane Kiffin probably thinks he's the best too. It very well could be a shootout with these two offenses, two great offensive minds. And I think
it's not a shootout. The world is ending.
And we've seen the Mississippi State Bulldogs, maybe start out slow, but they can put up points really fast.
This game is one of the more underrated.
It is. I think it's gonna be a really good game
tomorrow on Thanksgiving.
That'll be a good one to watch. We're doing our sleepers.
No, upset.
Oh, hold on. I've been looking for sleepers. If we're talking upset, I'm gonna go big or go home here. I'm not picking it. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm gonna say watch for Auburn.
That is big.
They always have Bama's number, but I don't think this game will actually be close though. I was gonna say Michigan, but until I just don't know about that either. They've always got Bama's number, and Bama's been susceptible.
They have.
And that's
susceptible.
The only reason I would say that. But just throw this in there. Keep an eye on Auburn's head coach and see that he don't slip up to Washington.
Very good. So on to our sleeping team now. That you were on that.
Let me hear. Let me slide in.
Go ahead.
All right. So annually is a good matchup. The Aggies and the LSU Tigers. They always play each other. This game is pretty good normally. This game is.
Wasn't it just a couple years ago where 6 overtime, 74-72?
Yep. I mean, I absolutely game of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine being at that game?
I think they're the reason that the overtime rules got changed.
Yeah, it was.
So, A&M is only favored by 6.5. I think that's a travesty. I don't understand that. LSU's been terrible. LSU's fighting for bowl eligibility here. They're 5-6. I'm gonna take A&M. A&M big. LSU showed me nothing to say they can compete. Your best corner, outside of Stingley, who's injured, I believe, has entered the transfer portal. The team seems to be in shambles. I think you're going to see really a lot like what happened.
Edo's last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they get bowl eligible, yeah.
I think that you're going to see a lot of guys transfer out of this team.
I agree.
But so I think this team's in shambles. A&M all the way. A&M's running high.
John?
I'm sleeping on Syracuse. They're playing Pittsburgh this week. Kenny Pickett's still in the Heisman race. A few boards have him as the number 1 quarterback. I don't think that'll be the case coming out of college. But Syracuse has been extremely susceptible. They've been a really bad team this year under Dino Babers, and I think Pittsburgh could put up a bunch of points.
I'm going back-to-back weeks with my sleeper team, and that being the University of Texas.
I'll tell you what, it served you well last week.
It did.
Let me ask you, do you know who they're playing this week?
I don't.
And you don't again. And
I
it still
don't
served
know
you well
who
last
are they
week.
playing? Find out who they're playing for me.
Who'd they end up playing last week? They got
West Virginia.
The
West
thing
Virginia.
is,
But
man,
here it
I
is.
don't know who Texas's rival is.
Here,
It's not Tech,
Is it
and it's not Oklahoma, and it's not
they playing
Oklahoma
early
State.
in the year?
yeah. But while you're looking for that, and here's my, they were up at halftime
Who
against
is?
They were 4 Kansas State.
Kansas State. Yeah,
Why is Kansas State?
I have no idea.
It's
But yeah,
crazy to think that Texas in the Big 12 is 4-7, while Kansas State is 7.
yeah. So I'm sleeping on Texas. Their first 6-game losing streak since I think 1990 something.
I facts for you.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
it's crazy to see.
And they were up at halftime
Yeah.
against Oklahoma.
Not only that, they were 4-1.
Yep.
A big one.
Yeah, I think 13 or 20.
I think more than that. I think it was in the 20s.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
At one point, they were up by a lot.
By
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, 4-1. They were up big in that game. It looked like Steve Sarkisian and the Texas Longhorns
Yep.
were absolutely rolling, and the wheels have fallen off the bus
Yep,
fast.
and I think it's going to continue.
I hope so.
On to our breakout
4-8.
player. You want to go, or you want me to go, or
Y'all go, because God knows I don't.
I'll start us off.
go ahead?
I'm gonna go Bryce Young. Against Auburn,
That's
he's
good
he's
take
really been
with
coming to his own. He's been
trash
playing
secondary.
extremely well, and as David just mentioned, Auburn has a very bad secondary. It's been
Yep.
extremely inconsistent all year long. Bryce Young's been balling. Alabama's starting to get a lot more of those freshman receivers out of this last recruiting class that are extremely talented, are starting to get more playing time. So to add some more depth and add some more experience to that wide receiver core. So watch out for Bryce Young to have a really big night.
I'm going to go with the Cincinnati quarterback, Desmond Ridder. I think we've
I like that.
a couple of us that went with him a couple times this year, but they finally last week had their breakout game against SMU.
Played great.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder looked great.
I picked SMU to win.
Do what?
I picked SMU to win that game in our group chat.
You did. But they finally looked good. Finally got that 4th position now, the highest a group of 5 teams ever been in the playoff rankings. Desmond Ridder, they go on the road this week to ECU. I think they have to. This is their last game because they don't have the conference championship. This is their last game to make a statement to go to the playoff.
I think they do have a conference championship.
They do have a conference.
I think. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they play Houston already, but I could be wrong. But either way,
You could be right, yeah. But this is one of their last games to make a statement to go into the playoff. And I expect Desmond Ridder to have a great game against ECU. Put up big numbers.
I will say this, and I agree, but East Carolina is an overlooked
They
place
are.
to play.
They are.
They can pull the upset. They've beat Virginia Tech. They've beat South Carolina.
They
They've
have.
beat some big teams before, and East Carolina is not an easy place to play.
No, it's not.
My pick to clicker, my breakout player, is going to be Tank Bixby. The Alabama run defense has not been very good. Last week against a pretty solid run defense at South Carolina, Bixby ran for 160. I think Tank's the best running back in the SEC, one of the best running backs in the nation. And that's just fact. I don't know where South Carolina's run defense ranks, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's higher than Bama's. And I think Tank's going to be the reason they hang in the game. I think Bama will pull away in the end, but I think Tank will hold them in there for a little while.
No.
I don't really see them stopping them.
So while John go ahead and is calling our guest picker, we'll go ahead and update you on the records. So I now have a 2-game lead against John.
Not good.
And David has a 2-game, or John has a 2-game lead on Dave.
Yes.
So Josh, what's his last name? Spencer. Went 5-1 last week, so Kyle still leads at 6-0.
Josh.
So our guest picker of the week is nobody other than the man, the myth, the legend, Father Buddy, John Alvis Joyce III's dad.
It would be perfect here to answer right then and there.
Buddy,
almost shot a deer that would have made the.
Is he gonna answer?
Made the
that?
record book.
We don't know.
I don't know. He told me he was ready.
I'll reach over and slap Dallas in a second.
He's calling me back.
He's calling me back.
Let's go. Hello.
That's the first time.
Hey,
Father Buddy.
welcome to Talking Ball.
Welcome to Talking Ball.
How y'all doing?
We're
Doing
doing good.
good.
Yeah.
You want to kick us off? Dallas.
What do you mean if I want to kick you off?
I was on the Dallas.
All right, Father Buddy.
I'll kick you.
Father Buddy, who you going with? Clemson at South Carolina.
Happy days.
I am going with Clemson.
That's
There we
what
go.
I'm talking about.
I mean, I'm hoping they play like they did this past weekend. I hope they don't get overconfident, but I'm going with my boys from Clemson.
Hey,
Let's
I
go.
like it. I'm as well going with the Tigers. I think the defense is going to be the game changer. I expect both offenses to struggle at first, and I think Clemson gets either a big turnover or watch even for a special teams play to get momentum, and I think Clemson pulls away and wins the ball game.
And I'm also obviously going with Clemson. Can't not go with them. I think you got two similar teams here. You got two struggling offenses, a good defense with South Carolina, and a great defense for Clemson, and I think that's what gives Clemson the edge, and they win this game.
The way that I've described this game multiple times is, and I've heard this, that both teams suck, and the winner is still going to suck. They're just not going to suck just as bad as the other team. So that's the way.
Put me down for South Carolina.
Oh,
I like it.
How dare you?
Great.
How dare you?
Put me down for South Carolina.
But he's going to say, I don't think they're going to win.
Clemson's going to win this game. Tate basically ran for 160 last week, and the other guys ran wild as well. And Auburn didn't score a lot of points, but they're also missing their starting quarterback. I think Clemson's going to have a lot of success in the run game as they have really all year against pretty much everybody but Georgia. I think Will Shipley has a good day. I think the defense stands tall. I think Clemson will win this game somewhere around like 28-24 or 34-24, something there. But I'm gonna take South Carolina on the records for the sake of I need a point.
I like it. All right, Father Buddy. Bama at Auburn. Who you taking?
I'm gonna take Bama. Because like David said, Auburn's missing their starting quarterback, and
True.
They played South Carolina good there for a while, but it seemed like the wheels come out from under that quarterback, and he couldn't do much of nothing. So I'm gonna have to go with Alabama.
I like it. I like the pick. I'm as well going with Bama. Close game. I think it's close. But I think Bama has too much talent, too much on the offensive line, and I'm going with Bama. John?
I think this is probably going to be a clean sweep here, I would imagine. But I think it's close for about the first half. But I think Bama pulls away and ends up winning pretty big there at the end of the game.
I'm going to take Bama, and I feel the same way. I think Bama's going to first off, Auburn's never going to roll over against Bama, especially not in Jordan-Hare. And they've won a lot of games in Jordan-Hare against Bama. Even games like this are not supposed to. But I think Bama's pass game is going to be too much for them.
Agree. All right, Father Buddy. And if you're wondering why we call him Father Buddy, it's not his real name, but that's just the way
Within our friend group, we call the other one's parents
Father and
or mother.
Yeah, and then drop the name out.
So this is Father Buddy. All right, Father Buddy, Penn State at Michigan State.
I don't think my dad's a priest.
Yeah, I'm not a preacher. Don't think that. I'm kind of mixed on this one, but I've decided to go with Penn State. Because Michigan State has lost 2 in a row, and they just gave Franklin a 10-year contract.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that maybe his boys are going to come out and really try to do something for him per se. So
yeah,
I decided to go with Penn State.
Hey, I like the pick. That was my upset alert of the week, and I said almost the exact same thing that you said. Michigan State coming off of 2 tough losses, a blowout loss to Ohio State, Franklin getting that 10-year deal. I'm as well going Penn State on the road at Michigan State.
This one's a tough one. As my dad said, I could very, very well see Penn State winning this game. They almost lean that way. But I do think Mel Tucker is the type of coach to be able to get his team to bounce back and wake up from a bad loss like that. And for sake of score between me and you, Dallas, I'm definitely going to roll with Michigan State.
Dave?
We're going to have a split here because I'm taking Michigan State. Stop the disrespect. Well, we got Michigan State ranked 11th. And they've lost 2 games?
Yeah.
And we've got Penn State as a 7-4 team unranked, and we're and Vegas is gonna favor the away team that's unranked.
Probably because
I don't care. They've lost 2 in a row,
and probably because they just got obliterated by Ohio State.
Matter.
And they had, as you said, the 129th ranked pass defense.
Penn State could play Bowling Springs High School and couldn't pass for 150 yards. I don't care.
Shots fired to Sean Clifford.
Guarantee you they passed for 150 yards this week.
They'll probably pass for 150. They're not going to have a lot of success in the air just because they're not a good passing team.
That's true.
I don't care how bad of a team you're playing. They wouldn't even come out against like an App State and just go off in the air. They're not going to have that good of a day in the air. Mel Tucker's a dang good defensive mind. and I'm gonna ride my boy Mel all the way till the wheels fall off. And I'm a Mel Tucker fan, Georgia made. But man, Michigan State, man, they got too many horses for Penn State here.
No, they do. I agree. Especially with Kenneth Walker. I mean, he's a difference maker.
You say what you want. I'm taking number 11th ranked team and someone who lost 2 games to good teams.
I like it. All right, Father Buddy. Georgia at Georgia Tech. Going with the upset, right?
I'm going with Georgia. I mean, they are by far, right now, the best team in the nation.
I agree.
I agree completely. Going with Georgia.
Well, I saw you scribbling Georgia down for everybody's name.
Well, I can put Tech at the end of that.
That's true.
So,
Maybe, but there's not much room there.
Yeah.
Because I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, Dave.
That's
Not even a question.
Big.
Georgia by a million.
Big, yeah, Georgia big. Because Notre Dame put 59-0 or
Georgia
something.
will hit 50 again, and I don't know that they let any points up.
Yeah, I can see a field goal.
It'll be late.
Yeah. All right, Father Buddy. Oklahoma at Oklahoma State.
This is another tough one.
You got a tough week.
I know. You boys didn't take it easy on me.
I know.
Come on, guys. As much as I do for y'all.
I know.
But I'm going to have to lean, I'm thinking, towards Oklahoma State because I just hadn't been real impressed with Oklahoma this year.
I agree.
I mean, they're up and down, and, I just...
That sums them up pretty well.
Yeah.
I ain't got a lot of confidence in Oklahoma.
I agree completely. I'm as well. Me and Father Buddy been on
Same
it.
page.
I'm going Oklahoma State as well. I think this is the nail in the coffin for Oklahoma. They're so back and forth on Spencer Rattler to Caleb Williams, back to Spencer Rattler.
Yep.
If one starts doing bad, they boo the other one, and so on and so forth. They don't have good chemistry.
Riley's leaving after the season.
Yeah, Riley's possibly gone to LSU. You think so?
No, I don't know. But
Yeah,
I'm
but he
gonna
could
do
be.
my best to stay
But he
him.
could be.
Well, I do know this. LSU's on him hard.
They
Tell you
are.
what, the rumors are getting strong.
They're on him hard.
They are. So I'm as well going to Oklahoma State.
Well, I'll say this in all sincerity. I think Oklahoma State wins this game. I think they're the better football team, as I agree with what my dad in Dallas said. Oklahoma's been extremely underwhelming. Now, the thing about Oklahoma, they have that lightning in a bottle type potential where one of their Caleb Williams, Spencer Rattler, whoever it is, could absolutely go off. So that's the hope I'm clinging to. Oklahoma State has a really good defense. Oklahoma State's a good football team. They win this game, they could mess around and slip up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Some
for
things go
sure,
right.
for sure.
And I think Oklahoma State wins this game, and I'm kind of putting my eggs in one basket for this
sake
week.
of points.
For sake of points, if I flip both these games, I'm tied with Dallas, so I'm going with Oklahoma.
Georgia's O-line was named finalist for the Joe Moore Award.
That's what's up.
That'd be pretty awesome to see us win that. We're talking about Oklahoma State. I want the Cowboys. I'm not a believer in Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma State has a better defense, and
Way better defense.
And Oklahoma's defense has played pretty solid.
That's played pretty well.
Oklahoma State, they really have prided themselves on defense. Kind of a weird year for both these teams. I'm going to take Oklahoma State here.
Like it. All right, Father Buddy, for the game of the week, Ohio State at Michigan and the score.
All right, I'm going with Ohio State because Jim Harbaugh has never beat Ohio State, and I don't think this is his year because I'm not impressed really with Jim Harbaugh as a coach. I like the guy.
Father Buddy knows this
But
stuff.
he just, I don't know. And the score, I'm going to go 38-20.
Ooh, 38-20.
Talk to us, Dow.
I'm as well. 6 for 6, me and Father Buddy. I'm as well going to Ohio State.
What if y'all pick the same score?
on the road. Yeah, that'd be crazy. On the road, dominant performance last week. Now I've heard so many things this week that Ohio State is the best team in the nation. Ohio State finally does jump Bama in the college football playoff rankings.
Recency bias.
Up to number 2. Do what?
Recency bias.
You think Bama's
Yeah.
better?
No.
No, I think Ohio State.
No,
Yeah,
Ohio
yeah,
State's
yeah,
better.
I was
but
just-
they're not better than Georgia.
I
I don't
thought
care.
Ohio State was saying best.
I don't care what
before they
anybody
blew
says.
out a nobody.
I mean, if
but-
I was a betting man, I would almost say the college playoffs, the finals will be Ohio State and Georgia.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
If I was a betting man.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I will be eager to see now if Ohio State can come out and have another performance like they did last week and obliterate Michigan. Then I'm not going to say I'll say that they're better than Georgia, but the argument for that would definitely be higher. But I'm going to Ohio State 42-31. I think it's a high-scoring game. 42-31 Ohio State.
I'll tell you this. I hate to do this because my girlfriend's dad is a diehard Michigan fan. And I'll tell you what, if there is a team that has the recipe, I think, obviously, I'm talking about
Daddy?
Yeah. But I'm talking about with lesser talent. Obviously, Georgia would beat Ohio State. But it's Michigan. They've got 2 edge rushers that are as good as anybody in the country. They're a run-dominant team. You got Blake Corum, you got Haskins, that other true freshman. I can't think of his name. So they can control the time of possession to keep Ohio State's offense on the sideline. They have the recipe to potentially pull an upset. But I just think Ohio State's got way too much firepower. Jim Harbaugh cannot seem to get over the edge on Ohio State. And I think it's maybe close for a little bit, but I think Ohio State pulls away pretty big. I'm thinking about 38 to – I'm going to go with my dad, 38-20. 38-21, give me one.
38-21. 21. Dave, finish us off. Here's the thing.
It happens.
Michigan finally gets it?
It happens.
I like the pick, man.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's going to shake up the playoff.
It's got to happen. Eventually.
Sooner or later, it's going to happen. We're at Michigan.
Yep.
Man, if you think about it, they match up good.
They do.
They match up real good.
If Ohio State thinks they're going to throw the ball as well they did last week, they're
drop back.
mistaken.
Take a 5-step drop every time.
Yeah.
Because 3 out of 5 times, them cats on Michigan is getting home.
Yeah.
I mean, them boys on Michigan, the only team that may be second to in pass rush is Georgia.
I'll tell you what, Aiden Hutchinson is arguably the best defensive end in college.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And if you ask me, this is, kind of a playoff game.
Them boys
are.
are.
100%
for them.
It is.
For both teams, yeah.
You lose and you're out.
Yeah, you're out.
You win and most likely you're in.
And I have to agree with David. This could be the year, but Harbaugh's had some decent teams before.
I agree.
That could have gave Ohio State a battle. And they always seem to get blowed out. And I'm afraid that if they hit a couple of big plays, then the wheels come off of Michigan.
Yeah, because that game against Michigan State got ugly quick.
It did.
No, I'm with you. I'm not a believer in Harbaugh. I just think it has to happen sooner or later.
Yep.
And they match up well.
You would think it would.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm gonna take Michigan here. Part of that is I need a point, but also I mean if it's gonna happen.
So this is a good
if
as year as
Harbaugh's
any.
ever going to do it, he's got to do it this year, don't he?
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, with the defense they have and with the run game
and
they
the way
have,
they're recruiting
and
Ohio State.
their quarterback has played really good as of late.
Yep.
I'm going to take Michigan here. I'm going to say they hold Ohio State 31. They're going to win by a last-second field goal.
So 34-31? 34-31. All right, Father Buddy, well, that wraps it up. Thank you for being a part of Talkin' Ball.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and you boys keep up the good work, and y'all go ahead and put that gift card in my name. All right?
I like the confidence.
All right, I'll see you, Daddy. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
What's the word of the day, boys?
Instead of doing a
Ferdinand.
Oh, that scared me, bro.
Hey,
I'll tell you what. When you said
I
Sarah, I was so confused at first. Like I didn't realize. I was like, what?
I say instead of a word of the day, we double down and ask their favorite Thanksgiving food. Not just side.
Not just side. So side
Food
and
item.
like main dish.
Whether it, just give us your food item.
Okay.
Here, you've already been asked about a side. Just give us your main food item. Do
Still
you
going
like
mashed taters, baby?
Are you still rolling? Or are you a guy that may like a deep fried turkey, or you may like an oven roasted turkey, or you may like a little corn on the cob?
Maybe like ham.
I'm
a ham guy.
I'm a ham guy.
I'm
a ham guy over turkey.
I'm a ham
too.
guy.
Hey, ham team, baby.
I'm a ham guy, but I'm not cutting it off the bone. That freaks me out.
Why?
You ever seen that bone?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, look, man.
It's like a chicken bone.
One day I walked in there, I was about 10 years old. My mom was cooking ham for Thanksgiving. I looked in the pan. I'm like, Mama, what is this? She's like, I'm going to cut it. I'm like, Mama, I ain't eating that. But hey, it's good. Now that I'm older, it really don't matter.
But it did when you were 10.
Dave has nightmares of ham bones.
That bone was something else, cuz. Hey, but listen, for real though, I like the hams now. Yeah. Hams is good.
Hey, I'm gonna drop in this little thing.
Are you turkey over ham or are you ham over turkey?
No, I'm ham over turkey as long as it's right. But I'm gonna get both. I'm
I get a little bit both.
I'm gonna drop above us our pictures of our deer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
People don't know where we're hunting at. Which one do you want?
Yeah, but that's kind of random.
You want Lee or Ellis?
That is pretty random.
I know.
I'm definitely having to drop Lee.
Lee? Okay. Ferdinand's mine.
Your name yours Ferdinand?
So
John gave him that name
Dude, that's money.
because it looks like a bull because it's got one of
Let
those.
me tell you.
So wait, are we dropping the one I killed, or are we dropping like Sun King or something?
Genesis.
Which one do you want?
Sun King, because he's going down.
Yeah,
My dad's gonna kill Sun
that's
King.
what-
That's not my deer. That's my dad's deer though.
Straight up.
Just drop Genesis.
Genesis.
Drop Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll see him.
But here's the thing. Me and Dallas are so good at deer hunting.
Yeah.
We could have killed these deer by now.
Yeah.
They've just chosen not to.
We're
Right.
just letting them
Right.
ride.
We're deer
Right.
watchers. I FaceTime people when deer come
No,
up.
I mean Dallas really is a deer watcher though. I mean, there's some confirmation
is.
truth to that.
Yeah.
G-Dog, give us some good luck, man.
Yeah, give us some wisdom.
As
G-Dog.
this is posted, I've probably been out of the woods about an hour. But,
Yeah. Friday at 10.
yeah, I'll sit about 10:30 when it's 50. When it drops down to 30 or less,
I'll be playing golf. When this
see,
is
now
posted.
that's gay.
See that's why he don't kill his deer. That's
what
why he don't kill his deer right there.
Hey, and G-Dog, I am going to play with Cam, so I will let you
Hey,
know.
Ferdinand does not die.
Ferdinand.
Hey, look here.
And
go
he will
Dogs.
not die.
Ferdinand's dying in the morning.
Well, he's gonna be there Friday morning because you're not gonna kill him tomorrow.
What's gonna
And you're
happen
gonna
to
be
Lee?
golfing. You're gonna check the car, and he's gonna be there. But man, I should have
You
hunted.
told me there was going
but
to be
said you
one
were
Saturday
hitting the
night.
links.
There wasn't. You lied.
But
about
he was there
Lee?
like 3 other nights that you weren't there.
John, when's your week
Wait,
down?
what?
Tomorrow,
Morning?
probably in the evening. Oh, I can see the morning, bro.
If I shoot him in the morning, can I at least, can it happen at like 7?